Over 3,500 years ago, the Hebrews left Egypt. It was called the Exodus. But when they left Egypt, they weren't alone. A crowd followed them. Not Israelites, not chosen, but eager to escape Egypt's collapse. They were called the Erev, the mixed multitude. They joined the nation, but never joined the covenant. They were the first to rebel, the first to demand idols, the ones who built the golden calf while Moses stood at Sinai. They never sought truth. They sought power, protection, and a free ride. Kabbalah reveals something terrifying. The Erev Rav are not just historical. They are a spiritual force, foreign souls, in Jewish bodies. They attach themselves to the people of Israel, but work endlessly to corrupt it from within. And they are still here, marching in protests, funding NGOs that defend those who murder Jews, preaching tolerance, while siding with terror. They don't wear armor, they wear academia, they wear TikTok filters, they wear talitot, made of lies. They speak Hebrew, but their heart still beats for Pharaoh. Today people ask, why do so many Jews support those who want to destroy Israel? Why do they vote for parties that fund anti-Semitic regimes? Why are Jews helping their own enemies? Charlie Kirk doesn't get it. Ben Shapiro doesn't get it. Even religious Jews are confused. But the answer isn't political, it's spiritual. Because these aren't confused Jews. They're not liberal Jews. They're not even lost. They're the Erev Rav. They were never from the root of Israel. They vote with perfect clarity for the destruction of what they never truly belong to. Some say it's a mindset. Others say it's a soul. But the truth feels deeper, like it's written into the blood. There is a code within the true Hebrew people, a divine imprint, and the Erev Rav don't have it. They cannot see the Jewish people as legitimate, because they were never part of the covenant at Sinai. Their instinct is not to build Israel. It's to dissolve it, to merge it, flatten it, weaken it, until nothing sacred remains. And still they walk among us, saboteurs in the language of prophets, hollow vessels echoing woke slogans while kneeling to Amalek. But the soul of Israel is fire, stubborn, ancient, unbreakable. The Erev Rav do not carry that fire. They carry matches, to burn it all down. The world doesn't actually hate Jews. It hates Jews with backbone, Jews who fight, Jews who build, Jews who remember. The world loves the Erev Rav because they're already conquered. They're safe, predictable, self-hating, useful. But God sees the difference, and so must we. Not every Jew is of Israel, and not every enemy comes from outside the camp. The Erev Rav isn't theoretical. It walks among us. It smiles in our language. It carries Jewish names, while burning the Jewish house from within. These aren't critics. They are saboteurs, agents of Pharaoh, wrapped in Hebrew letters. Medea Benjamin, the co-founder of Code Pink. She stands with Hamas and spits on Zion. Andrew Garfield, the Hollywood darling, Jewish on paper, silent in blood. He weeps for Gaza and forgets the murdered children of Sderot. Natalie Portman, born in Jerusalem, but ashamed of the people who built it, lectures Israel, avoids Israeli soldiers. Seth Rogen, he laughs at Judaism. He questions our very existence. Israel makes no sense, he says, and collects Jewish awards while mocking our name. Ilana Glazer, Jewish when it's convenient, anti-Zionist when it counts, marches with the mob, claims to be your sister. Emily Ratajkowski, a model with partial Jewish ancestry. She posts selfies in bikinis by day and Free Palestine propaganda by night. Peter Beinart, a full-time Jewish apologizer. He believes in Palestinian vengeance, but not in Jewish sovereignty. Ilan Pappé, a historian of lies. He rewrites Jewish history for Arab audiences. He doesn't teach truth, he sells surrender. Norman Finkelstein, the son of survivors, but his legacy is betrayal. He wields the Holocaust like a weapon, against the very people who endured it. Noam Chomsky, the grandfather of academic anti-Zionism. He never fired a weapon, but he's armed millions with poison. Judith Butler, a philosopher who calls Hamas progressive. A gender theorist who hates Jewish identity more than she hates violence. Tony Judt, praised in death. But in life he preached that Israel should cease to exist. A Jew who called Jewish nationalism anachronistic. Shlomo Sand, an Israeli professor who says Jews are just Europeans with good PR. He denies our peoplehood and publishes it as fact. Thomas Friedman, a New York Times columnist. He blames Israel first, then rewrites the story. Max Blumenthal, Jewish by birth, Stalinist by ideology. His site, The Grey Zone, defends Assad, Hamas and Putin, and blames Jews for every bomb. Amy Goodman, Democracy Now!, but not for Jews. She platforms every anti-Israel voice and filters out every Israeli victim. Naomi Klein, a leftist icon. She equates Israel with apartheid. She speaks in Canadian soft tones while paving roads to Jewish ruin. Rebecca Vilkermason, she led JVP and made it a home for anti-Semites in Jewish skin. Simone Zimmerman, co-founder of If Not Now, trains young Jews to turn against their people and call it justice. Yonah Lieberman, another If Not Now soldier. He calls for Jewish disobedience while terrorists build bunkers. David Zonshiner, Israeli filmmaker, tells IDF soldiers to lay down their rifles while rockets fly overhead. Michael Sfard, a human rights lawyer, paid by foreign governments to sue Israel in its own courts. These are not lost Jews, these are not secular wanderers, these are the Erev Rav. They are more dangerous than rockets because they don't aim at walls, they aim at the soul, they smile, they lecture, they cry crocodile tears, and they lead our people into spiritual exile. In every generation they rise up from within, and in every generation we must name them and remove their mask. Because when anti-Semites say Israel are not the real Jews, they are referring to Erev Rav as the real Jews, as those are the Jews that they love, the self-hating Jews who are not a part of the covenant with God, the destroyers of faith, the leftists, the liberals, the liars, the bowers of heads, the apologists, who are only Jews by assimilation, but not by soul.